Take the risk. That's the invisible line between people who stay stuck and people who actually break through financially, emotionally, and mentally. If you've been playing it safe, saving posts, watching videos, convincing yourself you're just preparing, this might hit harder than you expect. Because here's the brutal truth: the more you wait, the more it costs you. And the price? It's your future. Be honest. How many times have you said, "I just need to figure it out first"? How long have you been thinking about starting something, a side hustle, an investment, a new habit, but never pulled the trigger? Meanwhile, people with less talent, less experience, and fewer excuses are out there turning risks into results. Why? Because they didn't wait to feel ready. They moved scared. They understood something most people never realize: courage isn't the absence of fear, it's doing it anyway. And here's what no one tells you. Every day you delay action, your mindset gets weaker. Your window shrinks. You trade momentum for comfort, and comfort will bankrupt your potential faster than any financial mistake ever could. This isn't about reckless moves or overnight success. It's about learning to trust discomfort. About building the kind of money mindset that doesn't flinch when it's time to take the shot. Because once you understand how to shift your relationship with risk, everything changes: your income, your habits, your future. By the end of this, you won't just understand what needs to change. You'll feel it in your gut and know exactly what your next move has to be. There's always that one opportunity that makes your stomach twist a little. Maybe it's a job posting you think is out of your league, a scholarship that probably goes to smarter people, or even a freelance gig you feel too new for. But here's the thing: most people never even try. They scroll past, disqualify themselves, and stay broke in the name of playing it safe. Taking the leap when you're scared? That's how every money mindset breakthrough begins. Think about the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. Chris Gardner walked into that internship interview with nothing but grit and a dream. He didn't have the right clothes, the right resume, or even a steady home, but he applied anyway. That one bold move created a domino effect in his life. And real talk, in your personal finance journey, submitting one risky application can unlock years of financial growth. You'll never know what room you belong in until you show up. If you've been soaking up finance tips, watching videos on how to make money, and still feel stuck, this is your wake-up call. Maybe it's time to stop waiting until you're ready and start doing the scary thing. Apply for that grant. Send that pitch. Email the person who could say yes or no. Every wealthy person you admire has done something that made their heart race. It's not about having all the answers, it's about developing habits that build courage. Even if nothing comes from that one action, you've built something bigger: momentum. You've just planted a seed for long-term financial psychology transformation. Each risk you take rewires your brain to believe in more. And guess what? You're gonna need that bold energy for what comes next, because the next move is all about putting your money mindset into action, even if you've only got $20 to your name. Let's be real, waiting for the perfect business idea is just a fancy way of procrastinating. You don't need a massive budget or some Silicon Valley plan to start a side hustle. Some of the best personal finance transformations begin with low-cost moves: reselling books on eBay, offering $15 tutoring sessions, or charging $20 to edit someone's resume. These aren't small actions, they're financial habits that shift your whole mindset about money. Take Breaking Bad, just the teaching part, not the illegal stuff, obviously. Walter White started with chemistry knowledge and turned it into something powerful. Now imagine that same resourcefulness, but applied to something ethical, like flipping vintage clothes, teaching online, or walking dogs in your neighborhood. Your skills are more valuable than you think. Don't wait until everything's lined up. You build wealth by starting messy and learning fast. Here's a financial psychology hack most people miss. The minute you earn your first $50 on your own terms, your brain rewires. That little win? It's proof you don't need permission to make money. Instead of binge watching another show tonight, try posting one service on Fiverr or Marketplace. You'll start attracting not just clients, but confidence, too. And confidence is a core money habit nobody talks enough about. Low-cost hustles create something bigger than income. They build identity. You're no longer someone who wants to make money. You're someone who does. And once you cross that line, your relationship with personal finance changes forever. But hang on, we're just getting started. Because next, you'll see how one bold question to the right person could unlock a level you didn't even know existed. Most people avoid feedback because they're scared of what it might confirm. But here's the truth, your blind spots are probably the reason your money isn't growing yet. Asking for honest feedback from someone you admire can feel risky, sure. But that one conversation could save you years of trial and error. In financial education, clarity is power, and clarity often comes from someone who's a few steps ahead. Think of Good Will Hunting, when Will finally let his mentor break through his defenses. It wasn't until someone challenged his thinking that he started growing for real. Same goes for money. Let someone smarter than you tear your budget apart or critique your business idea. Yeah, it stings, but that sting is gold. It's how you build smarter financial habits and finally stop making the same mistakes on loop. Want to level up fast? DM a creator you respect. Email someone who's crushing it in a field you're drawn to. Ask, if you were me, what would you change? You'd be shocked how often people reply. When you approach with humility and genuine curiosity, you create connection. These micro-conversations compound over time, and they plant seeds for real shifts in your financial psychology and confidence. And guess what? Every wealthy person you admire once had someone push them past their limits. They didn't get there alone. If you want to accelerate your journey to financial freedom, let someone else's wisdom speed up your learning curve. Because next, you'll be pushed even further into a challenge that scares most people to death, talking about your goals out loud. This one's gonna stretch you. Pitch yourself to a complete stranger. Not in a cringe, spammy way, but in a here's what I'm building kind of way. Most people stay broke because they keep their ideas locked in their heads. But sharing your goals, your service, or your hustle out loud forces clarity. It's like free market research mixed with exposure therapy. And it trains one of the most important financial habits, confidence under pressure. Think of the social network. Mark Zuckerberg's empire didn't blow up just because he coded something cool, it grew because he talked about it. He pitched it, tweaked it, refined it. Talking to new people forces your ideas to evolve fast. Say you're into financial coaching, try explaining it in 30 seconds to someone at a coffee shop. If their eyes glaze over, tweak your message. If they ask for your IG, you're on the right track. This habit's underrated, but it's a beast for your money mindset. Talking about your goals, even to strangers, flips a switch. You go from secret dreamer to someone who's in the game. It takes guts, sure, but the ROI? Insane. Every conversation opens the door to feedback, connections, or even unexpected opportunities. It's how quiet moves turn into loud results. And guess what? Even rejections sharpen your pitch. So next time you're in line, waiting for an Uber, or grabbing lunch, practice. Test how you describe your service, your vision, your product. Watch how it lands. Adjust. Repeat. This tiny habit could land your first client, or a mentor you didn't know you needed. And once you get bold enough to speak it, you'll feel brave enough to invest in it, even if it's just $50. Let's get real, people drop $50 without thinking twice. Fast food, Uber rides, subscriptions they forgot they had. But when it comes to spending that same money on themselves, they hesitate. Why? Because deep down, they've been trained to see growth as a luxury, when in reality, it's the most profitable investment they'll ever make. Spending $50 on I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, or a workshop on passive income, isn't just a transaction, it's a message. You're telling your brain, we don't do broke thinking anymore. It's the mental shift from get by to build wealth. And that shift is where everything changes. Remember the movie Limitless? Eddie takes that pill, and suddenly, everything clicks. His vision sharpens. His confidence spikes. His momentum becomes unstoppable. That pill doesn't exist in real life, but investing in yourself? That's the closest thing. Not because it magically changes you, but because it rewires your identity. You stop consuming, and start creating. The truth? Information alone won't save you. You've already seen that. You've read the threads. Watched the videos. save the posts. But execution? That's where 99% of people fall off. Growth only sticks when it's habitual, when you show up even when motivation is gone. That's when your money mindset starts to flip. $10 a week becomes a $500 skill. A book becomes a breakthrough. Suddenly, you're not just managing money, you're multiplying it. Because real wealth isn't about cutting lattes. It's about upgrading your thinking. And if you're ready for the next level, the next move is bold. It's uncomfortable. It might even scare you. But that's exactly why it works. Because once you do this next step, there's no going back. Let's be honest, keeping goals to yourself feels safe. You can fail quietly, no one knows, no pressure. But the moment you tell someone, really tell someone, you level up. Public commitment creates emotional skin in the game. Whether you post your savings goal on Instagram or tell your best friend you're starting that side hustle, you're now accountable. And that kind of pressure? It builds unshakable financial habits. You ever seen Rocky Balboa train in public? He didn't hide. The entire city watched him grind, sweat, and fail, and that made his victory mean more. Same with your personal finance journey. When you make your goals visible, people watch. Some cheer, some doubt, but all eyes add fuel. That fire pushes you to show up even when motivation dips. It's why announcing you're building passive income forces you to actually build it. Here's the trick, don't overthink the how. Just state the what. Like, I'm going to pay off $1,000 in debt by December. Boom, now it's real. Then break it down. $250 per month. $62.50 per week. Suddenly, it's doable. Share progress. Celebrate wins. Laugh at missteps. That public journey inspires others, and secretly sharpens your own financial mindset in the process. You'll start to notice that the more people you involve, the more committed you become. And with every tiny step made in public, your belief grows. Not in some manifested way, but in a grounded, habit-built, action-backed way. And if you're thinking this is already stretching your limits, just wait until we talk about releasing control entirely. Because what comes next? It's not about doing more, it's about trusting deeper. At some point, you realize, not everything is in your hands. You can stack all the finance tips, master your money habits, track every dollar, and still face moments where things feel shaky. That's where faith comes in. Trusting God doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing your part, then surrendering the outcome. And honestly, that surrender might be the most powerful money mindset move you'll ever make. Think about Evan Almighty. He was asked to build an ark with no proof, no logical reason, just faith. People laughed. He questioned himself. But he kept moving. That's what walking by faith looks like in your finances. You start that business even when you don't know if clients will come. You invest in yourself even if you're scared it won't work. Because deep down, you believe in something bigger guiding the process. Proverbs 3 verse 5 nails it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Translation? You don't need to have all the answers. Your job is to plant seeds, stay obedient to your vision, and trust the rest will unfold. That doesn't mean skipping work, it means showing up with peace instead of panic. Letting go of the fear of failure because you know who's holding the blueprint. And the wildest thing? The more you trust, the more doors open that you didn't plan. People show up. Ideas drop in. Peace replaces pressure. This kind of trust recalibrates your entire financial psychology. You stop chasing outcomes and start aligning your actions with purpose. And when you start living like that, even your money begins to flow with more clarity and direction. Remember when take the risk felt like just a catchy phrase? Now, you've seen what it really means. Every choice you make, from applying to that one opportunity, to putting $50 toward your personal growth, builds a life that reflects your choices, not fear. You're not here just to survive financially. You're here to thrive. So ask yourself, are you going to keep waiting for the right time? Or are you finally going to take ownership of your money habits, your mindset, and your future? If this message hit you deep, don't let it stop here. hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started. I'm here to keep bringing you real finance tips, insights on how to make money, and tools that actually work without the fluff. So if you're serious about shifting your financial psychology and building something lasting, make sure you're locked in for the next video. And if you're ready to go deeper, like finally transform how you think about money, purpose, and peace, check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. Inside, you'll discover exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt without shame, and stay mentally clear, even under financial pressure. It's packed with tools to help you rebuild from the inside out, no matter where you're starting from. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. White heavy check mark. Check out the material in the pinned comment. One small risk today could unlock everything you've been waiting for.